Hey guys, welcome to the third episode of the Mustangs with Munchies podcast. Today our special guest is Sadie Wilson, who is a cross-country and track and field star. And for our snack today, we have pretzels to represent the twists and the turns of the cross-country course when racing. So we can... Oh, yes. Okay, so to start it off, can you first tell us how you first began cross-country and what made you fall in love with running?
Yeah, so I started kind of running in middle school with my dad just for fun, like once every 2 weeks, because he was trying to keep me in shape for soccer and I was playing AYSO. And then once high school started, that's when I joined Maricosta cross country and track and field, and that's when I really fell in love with the sport and decided like that's what I wanted to do.
Your freshman year at Costa, were you on what level were you? JV, varsity, frosh?
Yeah, freshman year I was on varsity and I've just been on varsity ever since.
Okay, that's cool. So like your whole experience, it's pretty good so far?
Yeah, it's been so fun. I love all the girls and it's a great team experience and it's taught me so many things.
Mm-hmm. And then so I can see that you are currently injured right now. Can you tell us like how this injury happened, or is it kind of just like just running too much?
So a lot of runners get injured just basically from running and it just happens and it's unfortunate, but you just gotta take some time off and then come back stronger than before.
And how many more weeks do you have to recover? Are you going to be able to come back for the cross country season, or more likely the spring track and field season?
Probably it's going to be a couple more weeks till I can start running again, and it's more likely I'll be back for spring just because we don't want to risk anything else, but you know, you never know.
Yeah. And then with this injury, how have you still been staying involved in supporting your team? Like how have you been able to do that?
I've been going to all the races and trying to go to practices whenever I can and just showing up for my teammates in any way that I can without being running.
And then like I mean mostly running is your lower body, but can you build any upper body strength in running?
Yeah,
like because you're injured right now?
For sure. So I go to the gym and I've been biking just to keep some aerobic base and doing some weights every once in a while. We don't do a ton of upper body weights, but doing what I can that won't be like harmful to the injury.
And then speaking of your team, how is their season going so far?
Their season's going amazing. All of the girls are doing incredible, racing super well, and becoming more unified as a team. So yeah, I'm really proud of them.
So like how are they like placing during each?
Yeah, so right now I think we're ranked like 4th in the state, which is really incredible, and we've just been getting stronger every year. So it's really amazing to see.
That's great. So I wanted to go back to a little more of your starting your running journey. So in middle school, you said you went to the Junior Olympics for a couple of years. How was that experience? And like,
that was super fun. Like I wasn't really like a very competitive runner yet. It was just something that my family was like, oh, we saw this on a website. And then I just entered into a race not having run before. And I got to go to a different state and travel there and compete against a bunch of other middle schoolers, and it was just super fun intro to running.
Where'd you go? What state?
I went to 1 year to Kentucky, and then another year I went to Texas, and then that was pretty much it for the travel.
Did you place in any of those, or was kind of just for like experience? It was kind of just
for experience, and I wasn't yet I wasn't aware that running was going to be like my sport, so it didn't become serious until like high school, I'd say.
And then speaking of high school, recently you went to the Masters in track and field, and then also how was that experience, and then how'd you like get up to that point?
Yeah, so track and field was a super amazing season. Made it to Masters in the 1600, which is like a mile, running 4:57. And that was super exciting because the year before, freshman year, I only made it to CIF prelims. So then it goes finals and then Masters. So, it was just super amazing season of progression, and it was really challenging to make it there, and it took a lot of belief and like hard training, but we made it there and I was super proud of that.
That's great. So like you said, like the different meets, like so you have to place in like top 3, or what do you have
Yeah,
to like
so
place
it's
in order to
like
go to the next one?
to make it out of prelims, I think it's like you to make it to prelims, first of all, you have to get like top 8, I think it is, in your division. Um and then at some one of the rounds it's top 18 throughout all of the divisions, and then it goes top 8 out of like all of the divisions go on to the next round, and then to make it to state, then you have to meet a time requirement.
Yeah.
So that's harder to do.
So did you place at like the Masters, or did you like
At Masters, I got 12th overall, which it was pretty amazing for sophomore year, not having made it freshman year even close to that. And going into the race, I was ranked 18th, and so I progressed from 18th to 12th, which
That's
is
great. Okay, so from like the past to like your future after high school, are you planning on running in college or like competitively?
Yeah, the goal is to run collegiately, and that's like my plan, and we're working towards that, and I'm really excited to continue working towards that and achieve it in the future.
You don't have to say any of the schools, but have you gotten any offers yet?
I'm like in communication with a couple,
like
but no really specific. And for track, it tends to happen like later, even like end of senior year is possible for it to happen.
So like in running in college, would you just like if you got recruited for cross country, would it just be cross country, or would it also be track and field?
Usually for distance athletes, it's usually both. They want you for both teams, so you just do cross country in the fall and then track in the spring, just like high school.
Do you have any like schools that you're interested in that you might want to run at?
There's so many amazing programs. Like I'm not even sure if I want to stay in state or out of state yet. So that's still up for discussion.
Yeah, I mean you got one more year left.
Yeah, exactly.
So you are kind of notorious for running with your hair down.
Yes.
So can you tell us why you choose to run with your hair down instead of putting it up?
Yeah, that's actually super funny. So I basically never tied it up, and when I did, I tried it one time and I was like, I hate it, I don't want to do it. And so it hurt my head, and so I took my hair down, and then I just started running with it down, and people are like, how do you run with it down? Doesn't it get in your face? And I'm like, I don't know, it just doesn't. And so I've done it ever since.
Wow, do you ever run with like glasses during a race?
No, so, like, I'm not a glasses person.
It doesn't even put like your hair back, you just run.
No, I just run.
Hair.
Don't do anything.
And then like most runners have like a lot of like superstitions and like traditions like before a race. Do you have any of those before a meet?
I'm pretty, that's definitely something I have. I have like weird ones where I mean, like a pretty traditional one is just like eat a lot of carbs. That's not really a superstition, but I have to eat like a specific dish of pasta, and wear my special shoes, and like I have things that are more like traditions when I race. And
so is that your pregame meal, like pasta?
Yeah. And I wear a specific pair of sweats and just like things like that.
Okay, so most people say that being a part of cross country or track, that running's the worst part of their sport, even though that is their sport. Do you feel the same way, or are you mostly just there for the people?
No, I mean, I love to run. I think it's like everyone who's on the team, or at least like wants to be on the team, does love to run. But there comes a time where like, oh, I don't feel like this, I'm not motivated. And that's when you rely on the team and like the fun spirit of it to keep you going and to get you through it.
So like, do you prepare differently for your cross country meets than your track meets?
Not necessarily, but like the training throughout the seasons are different a little bit because, for cross country, you're preparing to run 3 different courses. So we'll prepare with more hills, and versus track, it's more like speed sprints. Like we'll do a lot of work on the track, instead of on the roads.
Is like a cross country, like, do you guys usually run like the same race? Like, is it usually like 2 miles, 3 miles, like every time, or is it different? Like,
So a
regular?
cross-country race, it's always 3 miles or like a 5K, like 3.1 miles. And it's on, the courses vary, so it could be a very hilly course or like a flat course or sandy, whatever. Whereas track, it's like you know what event you're running, and it's always going to be on the track.
So what's your usual track? Is it a mile?
Yeah, track. My main distance is the mile, and then I also run the 800, which is half mile, and then sometimes the 2 mile.
Do you know what your top time is in the mile?
Yeah, it's 4:57.
And in the 2 mile?
The 2 mile, I actually didn't really run it last season, but I'd estimate that it'd be like sub 11.
And then do you know the 800?
Like the 800, I ran 2:18.
Wow, it's very impressive.
Thank you.
So like in a cross country race, what are some of like the worst like possible things that like might be able to happen since it's different terrain and like different like areas of running? Or have you had like something bad happen to you during one of those races?
We have had a girl fall down a hill before, and she kind of rolled a little bit, so that's a variable. And just people around you boxing you in, not being able to get around them. That does happen in track as well, but it's on a cross country course, it can be more narrow and like harder to go around. So that's definitely a variable. And just like hills, different terrain, like you can fall, but that's less common, I feel like.
Do you guys run through like weather? Like if it's raining, you guys just
we'll run through rain. Freshman year at CIF CIF finals, it was raining, and so the race directors had to change the course a little bit. So we ran more on concrete instead of the hills and dirt because it would have been dangerous. Yeah.
So out of these past 2 to 3 years, what has been like your favorite course? Like either like how easy it was to run or how challenging it was to run, or if it was just like it was just really scenic.
Yeah. So surprisingly, my favorite is like probably the hardest course that we do, and it's Mount Sac, and that's because it's like so iconic, and you get to show off. It's very hilly, that's why it's the hardest, and kind of sandy and dirt, and I love it so much because you get to show off like how good you are at hills, and I feel like hills is one of my stronger qualities, and in when it comes to cross country season, and getting to show that off is pretty exciting. And then also I do like this one course called Central Park, and that's because there was like a pretty bridge, and just like getting to soak in the moments while you're racing is pretty special.
So where is Mount Sac?
Mount Sac is it's at Mount San Antonio College. It's about like an hour or so away. So yeah, it's pretty dry and hot up there.
And then where's the Central Park course?
Central Park, I think it's like near, I actually don't know where that one is exactly because I think we took the bus, but
okay.
Yeah.
And then did you go to MBMS, the middle school?
I did go to MBMS.
So how'd you like having to run around the park?
The park. It was so fun because like I already kind of was very familiar with that park because I've grown up in the area, obviously. And getting to run around the park, like the pond and up the hills and to the dog park, that was pretty fun. And it was also kind of a crazy moment to then flash forward a year or two, and then we do our workouts, a lot of our cross country workouts at the park, and do like mile repeats.
You guys have a meet there, don't you?
Yeah, we do. We have last year we had Bay League there, and I think Bay League's going to be there this year as well.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Comes full circle.
And then lastly, do you have any advice that you would give to your younger self when she first started running?
Yeah, honestly, just sounds kind of standard, but just keep believing, like keep working towards your goals. You never know what's possible, and don't put too much pressure on yourself. Just enjoy the process and stay positive and have fun with it.
Well, thank you, Sadie. We wish you good luck for your rest of the season and a fast recovery.
Thank you.